Hey guys, ANCAP24 coming to you with the pistol ace formation out of the Denver Broncos playbook. This is going to be part 1, and today what we're going to look at is the B receiver on the right hand side doing a short motion, hiking it before the tight end, and being able to do a whole scheme off of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and show you what I'm talking about and show how this can be very, very beneficial to you. And this all starts off of one play, and the play that we want to look at is the ace tight end drag. Now, I've showed this in, if you've seen the deep ball video, this is the home run threat. It goes ahead and beats cover 3 drop, a very popular play, cover 3, all those type deals. The way we set this up is put the X on a comeback, put the A on a streak, and we're going to go ahead and motion this B, and we're going to hike it right before the tight end right here. He's going to do this motion, and we're going to be able to throw the ball over the top to the B receiver and get 40 yards a pop on this. Okay, so let's show that to you one more time so you can see it on this. X on a comeback, A on a streak, take the B, move him over, do the motion here, and throw it to him right there, and be able to kill pretty much any cover 4, any cover 3 that you want. You got held up a little bit there. I have noticed, guys, that pistol ace, your right receiver is going to get most of the catches on a lot of the different plays. So just so you're aware, if you want to put your number 1 receiver there, or put somebody who's got a little bit more speed to be able to get these balls on the deep plays. So just something to keep in mind if you want to. My guys, I like the sure-handedness of Roddy White, even though he doesn't have the speed, so I still keep him in there. So let's try it one more time. X on the comeback, A on a streak, move this guy over, and this is going to be the play in which we want to go ahead and beat them deep and being able to throw that play in when we need to do it. Now, if we just ran that play every single time we did the little short motion there, it would scream deep ball, deep ball, deep ball. So we're going to go ahead and do a whole scheme of that motion just so that way we can set this up so when we're ready to go deep and we need that play, that it's there and we've set it up properly. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can run the ball using that short motion and a bunch of other pass plays to either lull them into knowing their short passes or passes to the right, passes to the left, that they don't know that we're going to that play. But that is the play in which we want to base the scheme off of in order to get open. So let's go ahead and take a look at first and foremost the 0-1 trap. Okay, that's going to be leaving it the way it is. Let's go ahead and call normal cover 3, and we're going to take the same short motion. Now on this, we're going to be looking to the left on the hole each time, okay? Basically, the hole in which that one guard goes ahead and pulls, we're going to look at that one spot. This doesn't do a whole lot with the run, that short motion, so you're going to be able to do it. You know, a lot of times you're going to be able to kick it off to the outside on this, depending on the seal blocks. Go ahead and put that guy in motion, and you're looking at that, and basically just reading your blocks and run the way that you'd like to run on this play. So as you can see on this, the short motion does not change the ability to run on this play. It really, even though it goes ahead and brings that player closer to where we're running it, it's really not affecting it, right? So we can go ahead and do this flipped as well. And what I like to do on the flipped, when you move this here, is go ahead and cut this back to the left right away. You're really only going to have one guy that you have to worry about, and that's that right outside linebacker on this, okay? Let's flip this here, and what we do is, a lot of times that guy is going to get caught up, but you go ahead and you do this to the right, run it all the way to the left. You do have a good opportunity to be on one-on-one with the corner, with the safety. So let's show this one more time here. We're going to go ahead, and actually, I didn't flip it that time, so it's not going to be. Let's show it to you flipped. So on 0-1 trap flipped with this, with the short motion, and a couple other ways we're going to show you in different videos. Go ahead, hike it. You get really to the left right away, and it kind of turns into a trap counter type deal. And I have a lot of success knowing, having a plan before the play starts, that I'm looking to get it to the side. Now that one guy, like I said, It's kind of a risk reward with him because he can get you at the line of scrimmage. Due to the fact that he does get unblocked, but because he does have to fight through traffic, a lot of times we're able to get that ball right through there and get some home run type ability. This is one of those 2nd and 2 plays that I like to do. You hear me say a lot of 2nd and 2. It's the freebie down. It's one of those downs where if you can go ahead and try to take a shot on a deep ball or take a shot on a more risky run, go ahead. This one's a risk reward run because you can get caught at the line of scrimmage or you can break it depending on. So this is how you basically, that time I took a way sharp cut, but that's the intent on it. So I want to show it to you hopefully one more time with the ability to do the home run threat on it. If not, we'll just move on after this play here. So you go here, move it to the right, see how there's a one-on-one with that guy, and you know, hopefully that's a user and you can be able to fake him out a little bit more. So that's how you try to run that 0-1 trap. Now we'll go ahead and run the strong power. We can run it both ways, regular and flipped, and let's go ahead and show it to you here. Here's your strong power. Let's run it here. Short motion to the right. I like to keep the ball inside on the strong power and then bust it out. That time I kind of got held up a little bit, and as you can see, running it to the right is going to be a little bit less effective, but at the same time you can do it for some yards. Just get your yards and be happy with your 4 to 5 to show that you can run it to that side, right? It's not one of those plays that you have to hit the home run, but keeping it inside, you'll be able to get your 4 to 5 and know that you can run it to the same side that you're motioning to. Now we can flip it, and you can see that the motion does nothing to the play. It just keeps that one ability to keep your opponent off guard. And really, we're just wanting them to be able to, when they see this motion, not know that we're going for that bomb play. You know, and that's really the reason why we do it, right? So that's the strong power play. Let's go look at some more options to throw the ball out of this, and we'll go ahead and show you some other run plays to set up some other throws, right? So here we go. We go look at the corner post. And this is one of my favorite routes, that bench route. Not necessarily against cover 3, but against cover 2 and cover 4, it's really, really well. So we're going to run this flipped. And what we're going to do on this play here is we're going to take the Y, put him on a slant. We're going to put the other tight end on a drag. And we're going to go ahead and motion to the short motion. What it's going to do is get that X receiver open. So move him here, do this little short motion, and this time we're basically just going ahead, and you're splitting the defenders right there. Most of the time that one right linebacker didn't follow that one guy, but I'll show you what the intent is right here quick. First thing we're doing is we're establishing that that we can run a different route rather than the deep route, so they have to worry about the B. Now that he breaks over, and you'll be able to throw that in the inside. So we want them to really be able to see that we can throw the ball, one, without going for the deep ball, and we want them to see that, you know, maybe that short motion, they're following the B, now you're throwing it in the middle, and get that to the guy. Those balls are a little bit... the X factor here on this route, and I want to show that to you so you know what's going on here, is when you hike this ball, sometimes the guy's going to go backwards, and we want that in a lot of different ways. See, that time, because it's the nature of the route, he's not going to go, he's going to go this way. If you hike it too early, sometimes he goes backwards. If you hike it too late, he smashes into this guy. And because he did that one spot, that one linebacker doesn't get driven to the right the way he should. See how he makes that cut? If he didn't get hit, he'd make that cut earlier, and he'd take that linebacker away. But now, because he didn't take the linebacker away, that's a tougher throw to throw it. You could still make it, but the design of the route is basically to get that linebacker out. So let me go ahead and see if we can show it to you a little bit better. Maybe better timing here. And so that time he didn't get the route. He kind of, and see, that's the throw that you want right there because he didn't get held up. Okay. So the next play we're going to look at is the inside cross. Inside cross play. It's going to look very similar to the ace tight end drag that we already showed you for the bomb, but it's a shorter version of it, and definitely get, you know, it's actually kind of a little bit less of a wrist type throw because it's a shorter throw. And we can definitely throw this in here. So what we're going to do on this play is we're going to streak our X and our A, right? And we're going to go ahead and do that short motion with the B receiver. So let's go ahead and do that here. And the B receiver is going to be the guy that's open. Go ahead and does this. And we're throwing it right there. See how it was a short? It's very similar, but because we drove the guy out, we're able to get to that B there. So show it one more time. X, A, move this guy over. And that time he didn't get held up. So he's going to have even more open to the left-hand side on cover 3 and cover 4. Cover 3 drop as well. Alright, so the next play we're going to look at is looking at the actually the power O and how we're going to set up the play action off the power O. So let's go to the pistol here. Here's the power O. And let's flip it and show that little short motion from right to left when we're going to hike it, just to stay consistent so we can set up our bomb plays. And it's really just going to be able to just hike it there, and you're going to left. It's not really a play in which you're going for the home run, but it's just to keep them honest that you're going to run to the right hand side, and it's going to set up the next plays that we're going to show, right? So here you go. Do the same little short motion. Get the outs. This time it's going to be an inside run. If we can bounce it out, that's a bonus, but don't need to. So now we're going to look at the PA Power O, and we're going to run this both times flipped. Okay? And this is going to be something, let's go here, PA Power O, where are you? Alright, but we're going to flip it. Alright? So let's go ahead and pick our play again. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the X on a streak. You're going to put the A on a streak, and you're going to put the Y on a flat, okay? So that's the way it looks. Now, against cover 3 and cover 4, and your cover 3 drop, it's going to be very similar. When I'm going to do the short motion with the B to go over there, this Y receiver is going to be wide open right off the gate. So let's go ahead and just show you that. And if you're just looking for 3 to 4 yards, let him do this. Hike it, cut it off, throw it to the Y. Nobody gets there, and you're able to get right there 8 to 10, right? We'll show it to you again. Right, do the same motion, throw it to the Y. The linebackers don't get there, especially in any type of 4-3. The 3-4, that guy's usually rushing, so that guy's open anyways, right? So let's go ahead and do the same exact setup. We're going to build off a different play now. So that's your easy read. Same exact thing we're going to do in this play, but this play is actually going to go to the crossing pattern to Roddy White when he does this. So you go ahead and here, do the hike, go ahead and do this. The Y was open, but we're not going to worry about the Y. We're going to throw it to that B. Alright, so depending on your situation, you can go ahead and get more yardage if you got more time, or if you just want to take the quick, easy throw. The way I look at it is, depending on the situation, I'm going to go to the easy throw right away if he's open, and then, if I can work this in the right situation, I'm going to. But basically, see how that one corner route, you're getting 25 yards down the field there. Okay, so that's how you set up the PA Power O on the flipped. Now running it normal without it flipped, I didn't show you that part. We can run it a little bit different here. What we can do is we can put the Y on a fade, the A on a fade, right? And we can do the short motion to the B as well. That's going to free up the X on the other side. Alright, so we can do this here, do the little short motion, cut it, do this here, and the X is going to come all the way across, and you're going to throw it to him flat. That was a terrible throw, but you throw it to him flat. Let's try it again here. Alright, so here. Y on a fade, A on a fade. Let's make sure this, nope, A on a fade. Alright, that's how you do it. Move this guy over, and do this, get in thing. Now you're throwing this to the flat, and that's your throw right there. So you can go both ways with that play. But you just have to do a little bit different of a hot routes in order to get it open. Alright, so now let's go to the counter. And the counter is going to be able to set up 2 pass plays, one to the left, one to the right for some deep yardage. But you want to run the counter in order to set up this with the short motion as well. So the counter is the same way. We're going to go ahead and do this here. Move this over. still sticking there so they don't know what's coming, and you're basically, you know, using your ability to get the counter to work for you, right? So after you run that a couple times, you're worried about the counter, we're going to come back with a play action counter, basically. So let's get done with this here. Now the play action counter, it's going to be called the play action counter waggle. We're going to run it one way, and then we're going to run it flipped. Now, what I like about this is I showed you earlier that you can beat your opponent over the top to left-hand side for a bomb. You know, 40 yards easily with that short Martian. So they're going to be looking for that. They're going to be looking for that side. Now watch this. We're going to do the same motion here. Alright. And this time with the PA counter waggle, we're going to put the Y on a streak. And we're going to put the A on a smart out route. Okay? That's basically a smart route out. And we're going to go ahead and motion our B like we normally do. So that's the setup right there. We're going to go to the X. But on this, after the play action, you're going to drift to the left a little bit. And you're going to get behind the running back that ends up being another blocker for you. So you're going to have like the wall of 4 blockers. And you're going to be able to throw it to the X receiver. Let me just go ahead and show it to you and see why. So move this over. Do the short motion. You go through that. Now you drift to the left a little bit. Now you get an extra receiver. And you're going to be throwing to that X receiver. Now that time I kind of threw a little bit quicker than I want to. I didn't get the full 45 yards that I'm hoping for, but obviously you'll take the 35 and be happy with it. But basically, show it to you maybe a little bit better here of what the full intent of it is. So you do this here, you go ahead and hike it there, get behind your running back because it's an extra blocker, and now you're throwing it over the top for the bomb. So I showed you how to do the bomb to the left to your number 2 receiver. Now I want to show you the bomb to the right with your number 1 receiver out of a double tight end formation. So let's show it to you one more time just so you can see that it does work consistently. Move it over, hike it, fake it, kind of drift a little bit to the left so you got a little bit more room, throw it over the top. That time I kind of just lobbed it up there and almost allowed that guy to get there, but that was a terrible pass on my end. But let's go ahead and show it to you again. A there, the smart out route, move this guy over. Instead of going to the bomb to the left this time, we're going to go to the bomb to the right. We're going to go back to the left a little bit, and that time I got tackled. But I want to show it to you a little bit better, the potential. And obviously this is not a play that you can do every single time, but at the same time it's something that you can sneak in and, you know, have a quick touchdown ability. That guy's on my butt. That was just something I just threw it away. Okay, so Y streak, A on a smart out, B on this. Alright, so faking it there, we're going to left, going to left. Now we're throwing it over the top for the bomb. So definitely something to work in, especially on the cover 3 drop where they're only going to be rushing 3. And they're going to be going back and forth, you know, in that situation to where you're going to have a little bit more time, you know, and kind of pick and choose when you'd want it. But we've showed that we can go to the bomb left. Now we can show we can go to the bomb to the right, and that's really gonna, oh man, that's the whole thing. You're gonna have to have the time, and that's why it is a situational play. But I do like to show you every opportunity to be able to pick and choose on a home run threat, have that ability. You should go left with it, and then that time Julio just makes a play, but that's not my intent. I'm gonna slow it down. I gotta show it to you more than 2 times. I'm about 50% right now, and I don't like to be at 50%. I like to be a little bit more consistent so you can see. Alright, so you go back with it, and there's the throw for the bomb. So definitely works, and definitely works over and over again if you can get the time, if you can pick the right situation. That's what football is, you know. Basically, I can give you every tip in the world, and if you don't pick the right time, the guy does a blitz from the outside, and now you're getting toasted, right? So picking the right time to do this play, you know, especially, you know, anybody does the cover 3 drops a lot, I like to kill him and that type of stuff. Now you can do the same exact thing, now flipped. What you can do is you can get it to the B receiver by putting the Y on a curl, the A on a streak, right? And You can keep it like this and you get about 30 yards, but if I put the X on a streak as well, you're going to have a little bit better opportunity of just getting some safer yards. So you do this, you go backwards this way, and now you're throwing it to the B for some safe yards down the sideline for about 30 yards. Nobody's around him. It's not a timing. You can kind of get it, show it again with the flipped here. So you put the X on a streak, you put the A on a streak, and you put the Y on a curl. Alright? And you move him over, you do the same thing we were doing before. Now, it's a little less protection here. He's already open. You're just throwing it. Well, what? That's terrible, Anthony. Just throwing it when you have the ability to, you know. So, and go ahead and do this play again. Hike it. Do it this way. You don't have any threats. So you're waiting a little bit longer, and you're throwing that there for about 30 yards. So that is the short motion version of the pistol ace formation scheme. We're going to come back with about a few more ways to run it, you know, without any motioning the running back left to right in a bunch of different ways. But this is the first portion of the pistol ace scheme, and